Imagine waking up to find your family's entire legacy, built over generations, simply gone, stolen. How far would you go to reclaim what is rightfully yours when the very people you trusted betray you? This isn't just a story about money. It's a raw, emotional battle for justice and the relentless fight to restore what was stolen from under our very noses. This is my story. Before everything fell apart, we were what you might call a picture-perfect family. We had our traditions, our inside jokes, our shared history. Our legacy wasn't just about financial security. It was about the hard work and dreams of our grandparents and their parents before them. It was a foundation built on trust and love. Or so I thought. That sense of security made the betrayal cut so much deeper when it finally came to light. The moment of discovery is burned into my memory. It wasn't a single traumatic event, but a slow, creeping horror. A missed payment here, an odd transaction there. At first, I dismissed it. Simple mistakes, I told myself. But the anomalies kept piling up, creating a knot of anxiety in my stomach. I decided to dig deeper, pulling up bank statements and financial records. The screen in front of me started to blur as the numbers swam together, painting a picture that didn't make sense. It was a systematic draining of assets, a meticulous and cold-hearted theft. And the more I looked, the more one name kept appearing, a name that made my blood run cold. It was someone inside our circle, someone we had loved and trusted completely. The initial shockwave was devastating. Disbelief was the first reaction. This couldn't be real. It had to be a colossal misunderstanding. We made frantic calls, hoping for a logical explanation, but were met with silence, avoidance, and eventually outright denial. The feeling of being so utterly powerless was suffocating. Our world had been turned upside down, and the person we thought we knew was a stranger, a thief who had been living among us, planning this all along. The pain of that betrayal was far worse than the financial loss. It shattered our sense of reality and left us questioning everything and everyone we had ever trusted. Once the shock wore off, it was replaced by a cold, hard resolve. We weren't going to be victims. We were going to fight. And so began our journey into the legal labyrinth. The first step was gathering evidence, a task that felt like piecing together a shattered mirror. We spent countless nights poring over years of financial records, email chains, and text messages. Every document, every receipt, every digital breadcrumb was a piece of the puzzle. We were building an undeniable mountain of proof that showed not just a theft, but a calculated, long-term deception. It was exhausting work, emotionally and mentally, but with every piece of evidence, our determination grew stronger. Choosing the right legal team was crucial. We needed more than just lawyers. We needed allies who understood the deep personal wound we had suffered. We interviewed firm after firm until we found a team that saw us not as a case number, but as a family fighting for justice. They were honest from the start. This would be a long, arduous, and expensive battle. Preparing for the court proceedings was like gearing up for war. We were coached on depositions, on how to face the person who betrayed us, on how to keep our emotions in check while our deepest wounds were laid bare for all to see. The path was filled with unexpected roadblocks, legal maneuvers designed to drain our resources and our resolve, delays, dismissals, and moments where it felt like the system was designed to protect the guilty. The emotional toll was immense. There were days when giving up seemed like the only sane option. The stress fractured relationships and pushed us to our breaking points. It was a constant battle, not just in the courtroom, but within our own family, to stay united and focused on the goal. This fight demanded personal sacrifices we never anticipated. But we held on, reminding ourselves what we were fighting for. Not just the money, but our family's name and honor. To win, we had to outsmart a thief who had been one step ahead of us for years. We had to get inside their head to understand the mastermind. We created a profile, analyzing their behavior, their motives, their methods. It was a chilling exercise to dissect the psychology of someone we once loved, to understand the greed and arrogance that drove them. They believed they were smarter than everyone else, that their tracks were perfectly covered. That was their biggest mistake. This is where modern investigation became our most powerful weapon. We hired forensic accountants who were like financial detectives. They could trace money through a dizzying web of shell corporations and hidden accounts. They unearthed digital footprints we never knew existed, deleted emails, server logs, and location data that placed the perpetrator exactly where they denied being. These experts uncovered the hidden architecture of the theft, revealing the calculated steps taken to siphon our legacy away. It was a slow and meticulous process, but it was working. The turning point came when our digital forensics team recovered a deleted file from an old hard drive. It was a draft, a detailed plan outlining the entire scheme, written in the thief's own words. It listed accounts, transfer dates, and even notes on how to feign innocence if caught. It was the smoking gun. The moment our legal team saw it, we knew the momentum had shifted. The thief's carefully constructed wall of lies was about to come crashing down. We finally had the undeniable proof we needed to corner them. The courtroom climax was everything you see in the movies and more. The tension was so thick you could barely breathe. Watching the person who shattered our family sit on the witness stand, their lies unraveling under cross-examination, was both agonizing and vindicating. When our lawyer presented the recovered plan, the courtroom fell silent. The look of sheer panic on the thief's face was the moment we knew we had won. It wasn't a loud, triumphant scene. It was a quiet, profound moment of justice being served. The judge's verdict came down, and it was in our favor. The legal battle was over. We had won, but it was a bittersweet victory. There was relief, immense relief, but no celebration. We had reclaimed our inheritance, but the scars of the betrayal remained. The process of restitution began, the slow and complicated task of recovering assets that had been scattered across the globe. As for the person responsible, they faced the legal consequences of their actions. Justice, in its own cold and impartial way, was delivered. The money was returning, but we knew the real work was just beginning. This entire ordeal reshaped our family forever. The naive trust we once had is gone, replaced by a more cautious, discerning view of the world. But paradoxically, it also brought those of us who fought this battle together closer than ever before. We learned who we could truly count on when everything fell apart. We discovered a strength within ourselves we never knew we possessed. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, my advice is this: act quickly, document everything. Don't let emotion cloud your judgment, and build a team of experts you can trust implicitly. Most importantly, never underestimate your own resilience. The fight for justice is draining, but giving up is not an option when you're fighting for your family's legacy. Today, we are on a new path. It's a journey of healing, of slowly rebuilding trust, not just in others, but in our own judgment. We are learning to look towards the future, not as victims of a terrible betrayal, but as survivors who fought back and won. Our story is a testament to the fact that even in the darkest of times, with determination and the truth on your side, you can reclaim what is rightfully yours and emerge stronger on the other side. Thank you for listening to our story. If it resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on resilience and justice. Your support means the world.